you are enough, and anyone who tells you otherwise isn't worth your time. You got this.
What do you get when a little girl from one of the poorest families in Tennessee decides she is going to become a star? You get Dolly Parton. But the extraordinary part isn't that she became famous. It's how far she came, and how much she managed to give back before the world finally had to say goodbye. Welcome to Newsium World. Born in 1946 in Locust Ridge, Tennessee, Dolly Rebecca Parton was the fourth of 12 children, growing up in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Her family had very little money, but they had music. Dolly began singing as a child, performing wherever she could, and by the age of 13, she had already appeared at the Grand Ole Opry. That little girl from the mountains had found the door, and she wasn't going to let anyone close it. After moving to Nashville, Dolly began building her career as a songwriter and performer. Then came a major turning point. She joined the Potter Wagoner Show, where her voice and songwriting quickly made her impossible to ignore. But Dolly eventually had to prove that she could succeed without being attached to anyone else's name. And she did exactly that. She transformed heartbreak, ambition, love, and everyday life into songs that would become part of American culture. Jolene became one of her signature songs. I Will Always Love You became one of the most famous songs ever written, and decades later, Whitney Houston's version introduced it to an entirely new generation. Dolly wasn't just writing country songs anymore. She was becoming a phenomenon. Then Hollywood came calling. She starred in movies including 9 to 5 and Steel Magnolias, proving that her talent wasn't confined to a recording studio. And somehow, while doing all of this, Dolly remained unmistakably Dolly. The enormous hair, the sparkling clothes, the glamorous appearance, and the humor. She was famous for joking about her own image, often turning the very thing people might have mocked into part of her brand. Her philosophy was simple. If people were going to stare, she might as well give them something unforgettable to look at. But behind the jokes was an incredibly sharp businesswoman. Dolly didn't simply become famous. She built an empire. In 1986, the theme park known as Dollywood opened in Tennessee, transforming the place she came from into one of the biggest attractions in the region. But perhaps her greatest achievement had nothing to do with music, movies, or money. It was books. In 1995, Dolly launched the Imagination Library, a program created to give children free books. What began as an effort inspired by her own upbringing eventually expanded across multiple countries and reached hundreds of millions of children. The little girl who grew up without much had found a way to give millions of other children something she understood deeply, a chance to dream. And Dolly's generosity didn't stop there. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she donated $1 million toward vaccine research at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Her contribution became connected to research that helped support development of the Moderna vaccine. For someone who had spent her life singing about dreams, Dolly was now helping create real-world possibilities for other people. And the awards kept coming. She collected Grammy Awards. She received the Kennedy Center honors. She earned the Recording Academy's Lifetime Achievement Award. And in 2022, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The woman who began as a poor girl in the Tennessee mountains had crossed country music, pop culture, Hollywood, business, and philanthropy. But there was something remarkable about Dolly that success never seemed to take away. She never seemed embarrassed by where she came from. She celebrated it. Her childhood became music. Her family became stories. Her humor became part of her identity. And even her struggles became lessons. She once described her life as a journey from rags to rhinestones. And perhaps nothing captures her better than that. Because Dolly Parton didn't simply escape poverty. She turned her beginnings into the foundation of everything she became. Then, after decades of making the world laugh, sing and dream, Dolly faced one final chapter. Her husband, Carl Dean, died in March 2025 after nearly 60 years of marriage. Dolly continued working, creating and looking toward the future, even as she dealt with her own health struggles. In August 2026, she had to step away from several public appearances. And then came the heartbreaking news. On August 25th, 2026, Dolly Parton died at the age of 80. The little girl from Tennessee was gone. But the voice wasn't. The songs weren't. The stories weren't. And the books weren't. Her legacy lives in every child who received a book through the Imagination Library, in every singer who learned that country music could reach far beyond its traditional borders. in every songwriter who discovered that the simplest stories to become unforgettable, and in every person who saw Dolly Parton walk into a room and somehow make impossible success look like it was just another day at work. She came from a 12-child family with very little money. She dreamed of becoming a star. She became one. But perhaps the greatest thing Dolly Parton ever did wasn't becoming famous. It was becoming someone whose success could make other people's lives better. From a tiny house in the Tennessee mountains to stages around the world, from country music to Hollywood, from rhinestones to philanthropy, Dolly Parton built something much bigger than a career. She built a legacy. And now, after 8 decades, the world says goodbye to a woman who spent her entire life reminding us that you can come from almost anywhere, dream almost anything, and still leave the world brighter than you found it. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. The world will always remember you.